Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, I am going to walk you through integrating your AWS application load balancer with Microsoft Entra ID for secure single sign-on. And you know why this matters? Because managing separate user databases for internal dashboards is a security nightmare that leads to credential leakage. Whereas with this setup, you offload all authentication to your corporate identity provider, ensuring that only authenticated employees can reach your backend services. This integration is the gold standard for protecting internal APIs and administrative panels. We are going to move beyond basic IP whitelisting and implement real identity-aware access control. These are the steps we are going to cover to ensure your integration is robust and secure. Do not skip ahead, because a single misconfigured redirect URI will break the entire handshake process, and you need to understand the full flow to debug it effectively. Quick note before we dive in: this channel shares practical IT tutorials every week, so if that is useful to you, hit subscribe and join our WhatsApp community, linked in the description for more ResApp community, linked in the description for more resources. Before we start, ensure you have these 4 components ready. You absolutely must have an SSL certificate on your listener, because Entra ID will refuse to redirect to non-HTTPS endpoints for security reasons. If you are just starting out with AWS networking, we already have a production-ready VPC guide on this channel that covers the foundational infrastructure you will need here. So how does this integration actually work under the hood? Think of the ALB as a bouncer at a club entrance. Instead of checking your ID himself, he sends you to the registration desk, which is Entra ID. Once you show your credentials at the desk, they give you a stamped ticket. You bring that ticket back to the bouncer, he verifies the stamp, and only then do you get inside. This keeps your application code clean of any auth logic, as the ALB handles the heavy lifting before the request even reaches your server. In step 1, we register the app. The redirect URI is the most critical part here. Notice the path ends in 002 or IDE response. This is a fixed requirement for AWS ALB to handle the response correctly. If you typo this, the authentication will fail with a redirect mismatch error, and you will be stuck in an infinite loop. Now we configure the ALB rule. You are telling the load balancer to intercept traffic matching the path pattern and force an oidc authentication action. The issuer URL must match your Entra tenant precisely. I see many engineers accidentally use the v1 endpoints when they should be using v2. Make sure your endpoints match the v2 format shown here to avoid scope compatibility issues. If the command succeeds, you get back the JSON object containing your new rule ARN. This confirms the ALB has accepted the OIDC configuration. If you see an error here, it is usually because the ALB cannot reach the Microsoft endpoints due to a lack of NAT gateway or incorrect security group egress rules. So why do these integrations break in production? It almost always comes down to 3 things. First, the redirect URI mismatch I mentioned earlier. Second, the missing scopes. If you do not request profile information, the ALB cannot construct the user session properly. Third, networking. If your ALB is in a private subnet without a NAT gateway, it literally cannot talk to Microsoft to validate the token, causing a silent hang during the login process. This is the exact error you will see in the Microsoft login page. It happens because the redirect URI sent by the ALB does not match the one you typed in the app registration portal. Go back to the app registration, copy the exact URL from the browser address bar, and update the Entra portal to match it character for character. To verify the whole setup, run a curl command with the -I and -L flags. You should see a 3-id do the Microsoft login page. If you are redirected, your ALB rule is active and correctly enforcing authentication. If you get a 200 OK immediately, your rule priority is too low, or the path pattern is not matching your request. Let us recap the key points for a successful integration. Use HTTPS on your listener, verify your redirect URIs precisely, stick to v2 OIDC endpoints, confirm your outbound network connectivity, and always test in an incognito window. This pattern is incredibly powerful for securing legacy internal tools without rewriting their authentication layer. If this guide helped you secure your infrastructure, hit the subscribe button and join our WhatsApp community link in the description. We discuss these production scenarios every week and help each other debug the hard stuff. Thanks for watching. Keep building, keep learning, and I will see you in the next video.